This is telling you Western is actually up for grabs for any party and any coalition. So to me, I like the situation where we are saying the current president is a catch-22, and he has to get it analyzed very well. But all said and done, I think it's to our advantage, because the more they start pushing for this position to get it, then the more it gives us time, as you are saying. Our side, we've not declared who's going to be the presidential candidate, we've not declared who's going to be the deputy. So as we are trying to balance that, and I like the argument that we need to see ourselves as a coalition of equals when it comes to the principles.
But whatever decision the president makes will definitely affect your decision.
Obviously, it will. It will, because if he picks from Nyanza, then you must go back to the drawing board, because we have our own target in that area, how much we might expect to get from there. So to me, whichever side, it's just like today, if we say this is our presidential candidate, also the other side must sit down and start now analyzing on the basis of that. That's why you see there's a bit of a wait and see to see what happens, because even cost, cost is also claiming. Don't ignore cost. They're also claiming they are sharing that arrangement. And depending on who gets what, then there will be a bit of reorganization just to adjust to that reality. And this will happen both our side and the other side. But we have said many times, this time, from where I sit as a member of the United Opposition, I don't think it would be wise for us to wait, as we have always been doing, up to 3 months to elections when you are saying this is our person. I think this time we must do things different. And I've said we must give Kenyans 1 year of saying this is the United Opposition candidate, so that we analyze him, we say all the bad things about him, we say all the good things about him. We can give the Gen Zs time to do all their search in Googles and Google Maps and whatever they want to do, so that we get to know who is this. In that case, then people will be able to, elections are normally won on the basis of undecided voter. And you cannot have undecided voters for more than 1 year. So the best thing is, when you wait up to about 3 months, more likely the undecided voter will have made a decision that these guys are not decided, let me go to the other side. So we need to give people time to analyze the candidates, so that they make their final decision, that this is the candidate I will vote for.
All right. I think we have about 9 minutes or so 3 minutes for your final comments. And the issue is now about forecasting future election models. And for the United Opposition, there's a risk of being just reactionary and waiting for the president to do something, then adjusting to that. What do you recommend in as far as adjustments in forecasting for the models?
First of all, I would say there has been an undue pressure, which is not necessary, for the United Oppositions to say this is directions that they are going. Which I don't think, and I would agree with Rigathi Gachagua when in one of the speeches he said, this is a decision that should be made around December 2026. Because there is a risk of doing things a little bit prematurely, and you get the kind of harassment that we've seen with Besigye and other places. Right now, and that is why yesterday you are seeing Rigathi Gachagua being tear-gassed and his supporters, is because, and that is a correct reading, the greatest risk to William Ruto's re-elections remains how many votes will he get in the Mt.Kenya area? Because that is the true reason why he's president. If President Ruto cannot be able to get about 1 million or so votes in Mt.Kenya area in 2027, he will not be re-elected. The numbers will not add up. But that's an argument for another day. But the crucial issue that going to the election that we need to watch out, and we need to give it time. Let us wait and see how will the ODM issue develop. Who will take ODM? How will the Luos see their future moving forward? Is it with a group that say they are orphans and they want to go to their stepfather Ruto? Or is it the other group that says we want to build our own house and see how it goes? Until that one is settled, then it is not possible for you to say that I'm making these decisions today. And that is also related to something else. You also need to see how the economy in 2026 is going to work itself out. how much of, because what is the president trying to run? I have delivered, okay? How much delivery is actually going to take place? I don't see they are in a very good relationship with the World Bank. The budget of Kenya is doing very badly, okay? The chances, the development budget, when they do, what is this called? Supplementary.
Yes, supplementary.
When one of these supplementary is done, the development budget will be reduced to almost nothing, okay? So that we need to give Ruto 1 year and see up to July next year, how much is he going to perform? And let me add the important issue, the issue of new taxation. When he's promising people that there will be all these dual carriageways, part of the issues is to psych them psychologically for the taxes that are supposed to be increased in December with this double taxation of the new infrastructure fund. How is it going to be received by Kenyans? Next year, it is predicted, is going to be a drought year. So let us see, because I keep on asking these questions. Are Kenyans a group of masochists? How much pain can they be given by a president called William Ruto, and they still say, I am going to re-elect these people to continue receiving more dosage of pain? Right. I don't think Kenyans are masochists. So my view is, it is too early. Let us wait. And there is something else, the final point. There's something I keep saying. Many presidents who fail to be re-elected, they fail because of their own mistake, what I called presidential own goals. William Ruto keeps making own goals, one of the biggest one, and that is where you are seeing all this high political temperature, is impeaching Rigathi Gachagua without a good reason. And you can see the consequences that have visited him.
Thank you, Gili. Wanakirwa, your final comments on this, the adjustments that need to be made.
Well, a number of adjustments. What Wakili has just said is very true.